This is fine. This is very, very fine. It's very, very fine. This is fine.
Okay, so I forgot that TrueNAS disconnects the chairs before it fully disconnects the drive. So that just happened. But that means that pool should now be gone bye-bye. That theoretically now means that I should be able to just pull out that drive, or those two drives, without anything bad happening. So then you are marked with TrueNAS scale. So good shit. So we are officially moving over to fucking Debian instead of FreeBSD. Now the question though is plugin config, export seed, and then root password. And then save it. As TrueNAS tar 2024-03 blah 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 blah. Save that, keep it. It is a secure download. It's just from my local fucking server. Then theoretically speaking, I should be able to just shut this thing down. So I will see you guys probably in the morning.
Well, good morning. Morväl. Take good morning for what's that worth. She's 12:14. All a bit of eggs is like, oh, half 12 maybe. Hiya. So we are back. I'm gonna hit the toilet. I'm gonna take my vitamins. I'm gonna make some coffee. And we'll be back.
Breaking Spirit's money in a very uncomfortable point in the game. You could look at it either way. I'm guessing the latter because you have armored players. He's going to hook this up.
ESL, you say. We are back. I got myself some coffee. So, as you saw at the beginning of this video, in the beginning of this video, I already showed you guys, I kind of explained what the hell we were gonna do, but basically, our archive disk is full. So that part, as you saw earlier, has been exported and disconnected inside of TrueNAS. So those are going to be pulled out and put on per se shelf storage until further notice. We are also switching to TrueNAS scale. The reason why we're changing to TrueNAS scale is because TrueNAS scale runs on Ubuntu or Linux. Debian, and not like TrueNAS scale, which runs on FreeBSD, which is a very cut down version of Linux. So Debian has a lot more dependency installed, a lot more features installed. Yite. Also now you're super loose, lol. So I did take and export the config, so I have the config on my machine. So we're going to install TrueNAS scale. But one thing we are also going to do is that our drives are going to move around. basically what's gonna happen is that this server is now gonna purely turn into the editing NAS. The only problem with it turning into the editing NAS is that we're gonna have to do some custom shit to be able to mount SSDs in this boy. Unless I take and buy some days that will actually, you know, be able to take 2.5 inch drives. So good shit. So I would watch more highlights from Intel Extreme Masters 2024 Academies, and we'll be back. I'm just hoping that this is going to be far enough down for you guys to see the server, because I started recording in 4K 50 for a little bit ago. I just haven't done it in so long, since like last summer or whatever. So I didn't remember how far now. Holy shit. How far now you needed to have it. Now we indeed. Now, if I just scoot over here that a bit, and I move you down here and I put my coffee here, I should be able to just put the server right here. Oh, yep, that's how you destroy your back, boy. Oh, that's how you destroy your backs. Oh, holy hell. Ah, that's how you destroy your knee. Ew. Ah, satan. Ow. Oh god, this lid. It's been cold, you know, it's been laying on the floor. It's been cold, so oh, Jesus. So these two drives are disconnected in TrueNAS and can get disconnected. Because this is our two striped RAID 1 and RAID 2 drives right here. They can now be disconnected. Then the idea here is to move, because 1, 2, 3, 4 and quote unquote 5, even though it's seen better days. So theoretically speaking, 1, 2, 3, 4. So theoretically speaking, I should be able to run all of this off of these 4 SATAs, which means I can delete the LSI card altogether, run this off of the internal SATA, slap a 10 gig NIC in there, not have an integrated RAID error, just call it a day. The problem we're running into then is that we only have 3 SATA power. So we have some work to do. Now, I don't know if these have to be in the same location, or if I can put these directly onto the onboard SATA, tell it which drive to boot from, and TrueNAS will find the rest of the drives. Problem is we only have 3 SATA. The nice thing is they will reach across all the base. Ish. Which means that shouldn't be a problem. The problem is that we have one SATA too little, and I do not have a SATA splitter. Now, this is pulled, if I can see this right, directly off of the 5 volt of the power supply. We should be able to get away running all of these on 5 volt, because most of these are just 5 volts anyways. Yeah, like these Kioxia drives, those are 5 volt only. This boy is also 5 volt only, 1.7 amps. So these are fine. And as far as this drive goes, how many amps do you use at 5? Yeah, you only use 0.55 amps at 5 volts. So it's like, I think we'll be doing fine running everything off of the 5 volt bus. I don't think we're going to be short. I mean, these are two 500 watt power supply. Granted, I don't know what they're outputting on each rail, but well, 41.6 amps at 12 volt. SB is 1.6 max. Auto range is 7 amps. Well, it doesn't say, but 41.6 amps at 12. I mean, if you have that, that's 80 some odd amps on 6 volts, which means you can count about 90-ish on 5 volts. If you step it down that way, even though that's not really how it works. So I don't think we'll be doing bad for power. What we are doing bad for is that I need an extra SATA. Now, technically speaking, I do know where I can pull an extra SATA from. But supposedly it's still the center. Now here is the thing. No harm done, because I can use this old boot drive I have for this server, which is not this boy, and test with this boy. And I can just disconnect, so you don't have to run this server. I can just disconnect the main bus from here, disconnect the fans, jump this boy, and then bada bing bada boom. Because here I can actually see what I'm jumping. Because here it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally 4 and 5. Literally those two. There we go. Power supply jumped. Because here you can actually see what's ground and what's 12 volts and what's 3 volts and what's 5 volt and whatever else. So that should now be on. Then we take supposedly this boy and this boy. Combine those two into the same boy, aka the same Vago for ground. Now supposedly this drive, if we give it 3 volts, then it doesn't matter. It's saying 5 volts, but oh well. And there we go, and then we snip, snip, snip. Right there.
kill. But Wonderful found a crucial entry, jumping over the smoke for info and spamming out Chopper, who had a rifle in the B bomb site. That was the breaking point. They won't be long to wait, because RV look ready to explode. JL coming in from above, no nades to be fired. They've got boxes, Molotov, but they're ready to go. What's more, it's not the man who's going to deliver one kill from the shotgun.
Then, supposedly, I give one of these PSU power, and if that drive spins up, then we have power here. Hello. And the drive is spinning, would you look at that? Meow. So yes, it is the same pin now. Good shit. So, good shit. I'm wondering if it's actually going to be better to have this one actually pulled across these and then have a separate one for there. I think that's actually going to be better. But I see I'm going to pull these under the main front panel connector as well. I see, to give me the most leverage, most space. There we go. Then I now am realizing that this is twice as long. Bra. Healing. I also took an inventory, marked everything, so this phone probably don't have that feature, does it? No, it does not. So not really that easy to show you guys right now, but I'll show you guys later. Okay, so we are over on my work phone, and I'm using Mobizen because this S10 is so old that it doesn't have like the built-in screen recorder thingamabob. I mean, it's on my S10, so yeah. But apropos that stock and inventory, so I added everything. So basically, I'm just using this stock and inventory app, and basically what I've done under goods is that I've just created a group, which is my server. And then I've made a label inside of the server, which is 0060. And then inside of here, I've just added all of the things I have. So like my Kioxia SSDs. Yeah, I know all of that. SSDs, my Micron boot drive, my Samsung RAM sticks, my Hynix Dell certified memory. And then I have my two Intel, my two Intel Xeon processors and all of that added in here. It's just one way of doing it. I'm going to create a better inventory system or find a better inventory system eventually. I know an inventory system that I don't for the life of me remember the name of, which is the one that LTT has been using for the longest period of time. I, for the longest period of time, used a Microsoft Access database as an inventory system for the longest period of time, but I still have it, surprisingly enough, but I don't use it anymore. I'll probably show you that one time, but yeah, that's how I've done the inventorying of this stuff for now. But with that, we can probably yeah. Yeah, now is when I'm realizing that it's the drive that's gonna be here, which is gonna have to get that cable. So that drive is getting How tight are you? Ah, okay, so it's a pretty good friction mounting. Back we go. Now one thing I have realized is that we're gonna have way access of SATA here. Lol. Cable 1. Cable 2. Cable 3. They asked me, is it 3 Vagos in this server right now? Yes. Yes, it is. Don't question it. Just don't question it. If you don't question it, then everything is fine shit. If you just don't question it, then it's fine shit. Lol. If all of this works once I'm done, then I don't know. A miracle and a half, that's all I can say. Now the annoying thing is gonna be if I do have to attach them back onto this and can't just import them, so good shit. At least the most of our data is here. The newest stuff is not on there, but it's, yeah, it's fine shit. It's fine shit. Then Vago. How many Vagos is in this server right now, they ask? I'd say don't worry about it. How many Vagos is in this server right now, they ask? I'd say don't worry about it.
He'll take a peek in between the two T's. He has found this timing perfectly. Not a single thread to pull on here. Ross in a 1v5 shut down and all of Spirit stand. Yeah, suddenly it's critical condition here for FaZe on map 1 as Team Spirit win. We saw Kerrigan on that Tech 9. That means, well, it's we don't have much money.
I'd say don't worry about it. Like, what are you guys even seeing right now is my question. Lol. A half investment at best, you say. Aha. Yet. I don't need my Momo going everywhere. Okay. So, here we are. We got power for you guys. We got hearing protection for me, because this server is probably gonna take the fuck off. So good shit. So, do that. Then we plug in the power. Then either it's gonna take off. No, it's not gonna take the fuck off. Intrusion switch is pressed. And then it's probably gonna take the fuck off. Yep. Knew it! Thank you, my friend. And I'm just gonna keep these on for a little bit. In case this decides to take off again. Knew it. Oh, then I can take these off me. I don't know what the hell you were complaining about, but oh well. But by any luck I can just clear that. Well, it got quiet there. 1, 2, 3. Well, it found 3 of my drives. It did not find my Plex drive, so that's a problem. But oh well. Start TrueNAS scale installation. Now this is going to be a little different than TrueNAS scale because it's running on Grub. Adding incremental file list, you say. Indeed. Then, can't load firmware file, you say. Well, it looks like you loaded the firmware file. Micron U. Fresh install. So format the boot device. Yes, I do want to do that because I have a backup. Web UI authentication method. The mystery user, I guess. Oh wow. Well, it got quiet there. 1, 2, 3. Well, it found 3 of my drives. It did not find my Plex. So we have to look at that drive, but or that SATA cable, but oh well. There we go. Then create a system if swart partition on the boot device, might as well.
Allow EFI boot. Requires legacy BIOS boot workaround, yes. Has failed, you say? It's not a block device. What do you mean it's not a block device? Null, you say? So I need to clean that drive first, don't I? Maybe. Because that was what I did with the other boy. And then it worked. Oh wow. I can't find, or as the not a block device installation on SD failed. Aha. So I guess what we do is continue and then shut down system. And then what we do, and then what I do is clean that drive completely with the Windows, and then we see what happens. Exclusively as a VM then. So still not finding that drive, so my question is then if that's a power issue. Or a cable issue. Loading. Now I'm also gonna go grab an internet cable. I was supposed to do that earlier, but I forgot. Non-existent directory. Aha. Sure shit. Can't load firmware file, you are saying. I've always used the root user, but I guess. What do you mean it's not a block device? You know what I'm tempted to do now? Rip out that drive and install TrueNAS on that drive in another machine.
If it then doesn't work, we need to try another drive. Another USB drive.
Look, if they coach once, that's considered just again. It's so difficult to remember. I'm just
Or you're gonna restart for whatever reason.
I don't even know what the challenges are. I'm just like, okay, I'll
Ah.
just exist. Oh, wait, nice. Okay.
I know what.
Good guys. Thank you guys for cooking it. We can't win the fucking the tournament itself. We will win the Clips challenge.
My graphics card wasn't properly seated in the PCI slot.
We will win the Clips
Now.
instead.
Yeah, was that as I thought? Or no? Wait. Swap. Ah, there we go. I forgot to swap to DVI. Now let's try and do this shit through. Now let's try and do this through a desktop and see how the hell that goes. But yes, DVI in 2024, no problem here. And if it doesn't work now, then I don't know. Then I can only guess it's the USB. And if it ain't the USB, then I don't know. Because the drive had TrueNAS core on it, so that should be fine. Although it certainly booted faster. Than the other machine. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Maybe do that. Then create your swap. Operation has been completed. No BIOS. Cannot find SDA3 or SDE not a block device. So then the only thing I can think is the USB. And I plug it back into the same port. Ah! So something it's fucksaru, we could say. Evento is even a Linux type of file system, so it's still saying SGS disabled by BIOS for some obvious reason. No idea why.
Yeah, I know, I just couldn't stay close because I'm looking at top still.
They're literally just missing them.
I swear, if I take that HDD and I try and install this on that HDD and it works, then I don't know what the hell it has problems with. See, and I do want to do swap, but then it say the device does not exist. If I say no swap, and I then go no, it's still saying it can't find SDA3. BLK discard. Thank you. Oh god. BLK discard. And that was I believe /dev/SDA, and then I had to use the force parameter, I believe, because BLK discard /dev/SDA, and then I gotta use the force. Yeah, BLK discard /device /SDA-force operation forced, exit out of there,
Install this boy. Yes. Administrator. There you go. Create swap partition. Okay, so after configuring the install file and added /parted and sleep, it's found the devices, it's extracting. Holy shit. Oh my god. That took way longer than what it should have done. But then I know that if I have this problem installing TrueNAS on the other server, I know how the hell to fix it. Holy helvete. We are installing TrueNAS scale. Holy hell. Help me. Well, now I know how to use the Vim editor, lol. So now I'm gonna install it on this system, chuck it into the power edge, and just pray to God that everything just fires up. Because holy shit, I've spent too long doing this. I have Feed the Beast Infinity episodes that are on this server that I need to edit and upload today. Holy crap. There's never a dull moment at Necolive Incorporation, is it? That when I plug that drive into here, everything just boots. But I'm gonna do this off camera so you guys can lay and cool down, because you guys are toasty pieces of schlonks right now. Slash you being outside. We are at 38%. Which hopefully will last enough to just get the server on and hope that it runs. The headband, however, is a little wet, so that's going to be quite cold against my skull, but oh well, what can you do? You guys needed to cool the fuck down. So, moment of truth, the drive is in, power is plugged. Will she fire up and boot it to TrueNAS? Or will this become a very long night? Either that or it's gonna boot to the wrong drive, which is totally possible. We still have to figure out why that last drive is not showing up, but if it boots to port 0, then it should boot to the correct drive. AHCI BIOS installed. Good. Well, I mean, that's a good start. Well, it's generating the 148-bit hash, so I guess... Well, this is a good sign at least, lol. And it's definitely running Debian. Because this is certainly not FreeBSD, lol. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Then... System settings general. Then manage configuration, upload file, choose file. Then we just hope that that works.
If I know anything about that, the configuration file should be the same no matter if it's scale or if it's FreeNAS or TrueNAS core as it's called now. Yeah, I know that one is offline. I know the one related to Plex and Johnson control does not exist. I know that. I know that. I know that. But then I need to change that back again. So what are you saying? No redundancy. Yeah, I know you guys are no redundancy, but why are you not showing up in my dashboard? There my storage is showing up. So there is my storage pool there. But does that mean you just found my storage pool and my storage pool is now operational again? Okay, yes, it is. Okay, good shit. So that shows up as... Can I pull those up as two separate ones? Yes. So there is the two pools. Can I disable help? Disable help and save. Thank you. Woohoo! It's alive! Holy hell.
Everybody said 1, but I have 3.
Yeah, I don't think the drive is even spinning up. I don't think the drive is even spinning up. So that's probably a power issue then. So, power issue you say. So, you are saying power issue. Now you said you could run on 5 volts, didn't you? Yes. Because I'm pretty sure this boy is supposed to be louder than that when it's spinning up. And vibrate more. Because that's how the drive is supposed to feel like. Okay, the head has homed, so I can unplug it. Then I'm gonna carefully put her down since that prater is still spinning at like what, 7200 RPM. So yes, it's a power issue. Then we need to figure out where the power issue is. You have 23%, but the drive is alive. So the amount of vagos in the server has turned ludicrous. So basically our problem was power. The drive was not getting enough power. So what I've done here literally is that I added back in our P3A connector, which I had on the other cable, so that cable is now trash. But basically what I did, I swapped the 5 vagos in here. So now we have the 5 volt and the 5 volt ground, which was going to the CD drive, which is coming right off, which supposedly is coming right off the back of this thing. Then we're getting 5 volt through the connector into the 5 volt system. And then that drive is also getting the 12 volt system. So this drive now have both 12 volts and 5 volts. So, by any luck of the imagination, this should now work wonderfully. The only problem right now is that there's so much bloody vagos down in here that I don't know, getting the lid on, they said. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Holy hell. Oh, good shit. So, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of shit here. Holy shit. You know, this is why I need at least 2 servers. You know, this is why I need at least 2 servers. Just to get spice. But theoretically speaking, all of this is below. What I'm more concerned about is my SATA plugs. So good shit. So, hello. Motherboard power connector. Nade, you say? Holy hell. Where is my precision cutters now? If it ain't one thing that goes poof, it's another thing that goes poof. I used them right here literally a minute ago. Right, hell, oh, there they are. So, we have our precision cutter. So, then we reconnect the fans. Good shit. Then we put the shroud back on. Then we just kinda hope that magically these cables clear the lid. We just hope. And this will be a very fine day. So, lid. It's gonna be tight, I know, but if it works, then it works. And yes, it does. So now, theoretically speaking, the last thing I need to do is throw a 10 gigabit NIC in here and call it a day. Which I need to order a 10 gig NIC, but oh well. So, good shit. Then we hope that the drive shows up. Holy shit. We the survive together. I had a feeling about that. And you are probably gonna do your arrow shit, probably, I'm guessing. Thought so. Ow. Jesus, we don't care about your error. Okay. It says 1, 2, 3. And then we should see that drive. And if we see that drive, then all I need for this server is a 10 gig NIC. And holy boy, we have a 10 gigabit editing server. Holy crap. That device initialization error, well that's... Well that's... yeah, that's concerning. That is concerning. Let's hope that was only the BIOS doing a fluke. Let's hope it actually shows up inside of TrueNAS. If not, then... then either it's a cable issue